how do I start this video? Fatal Frame, yeah. Hey, Fatal Frame. Um, yes. So I wasn't actually gonna do a video on the trailer, even though it's a lot. It's like a lot of new info. But I already posted that one analysism, and now I feel like I need to do another analysism because they're really getting into the nitty gritty of the gameplay now, which excites me. But as I'll get to it, there's one aspect that really scares me, and I'll get to it. Let's just press play for right now. Also, it looks like so compressed on YouTube. I wish they would stop doing everything only on YouTube. He's talking about Fatal Frame, blah, 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 blah. I also find it funny how they really only show stuff from the first beginning of the game and basically nothing else except for like the hallways, this scene. They literally show nothing besides this and this beginning area. Here, I'm just gonna get. If you want to watch the trailer, listen. The areas, the environments, the running looks so polished, just extreme polish. But here they're about to start talking about the gameplay, how they changed the camera obscura. Ooh, it looks real different. Here, I'm just gonna pause it right here. So he's talking about that you use different filters to take pictures of ghosts. And it's a little confusing and vague in their description. You lock on and press shutter. Did they seriously bring in the lock on from the Wii? The one thing that no one liked and only belonged because you were using a Wii controller, and it only belonged and made into Blackwater because you had to rotate the camera and get as many orbs as possible. You're telling me they brought that mechanic in for no reason other than to make it... Hold on. Before I get too upset, and I need to understand, it is just a game at the end of the day. If there's an option to turn it off, if this is only on like super easy peasy mode, then that will be okay. But if this is on every single mode, then it's not going to be okay. It just takes all the skill away from it. It's not even just skill. You need to have a challenge at least to make the player want to feel like they're getting better. Because if you don't feel like you're getting better and you just every encounter feels the same because you just lock on, then it makes it feel monotonous, you know? Like where the gameplay's so repetitive because all you're taking pictures of ghosts, but then you have to like position yourself in your camera, maneuver your body so you don't get attacked by the ghost and you get the best picture in possible Fatal Frame. But if you just have the lock on, that takes away so many aspects. And it's just like, imagine if you were playing Call of Duty or Apex Legends and all you had to do was lock onto an enemy and shoot. Yes, there's still going to be stuff like how to use your abilities, but the main... this is a shooter. At the end of the day, this is a shooter. And they just gave you aimbot. Okay. But this, like, if it's only in the non-hostile ghost encounters. Because this is blue, this means they're just seeing a random ghost. That's fine. I mean, I guess. But also, it kind of takes away from the spookiness because it now, like, instead of it, like, being like, oh, I think I see something here. It's like, it's right here. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's right here. Can you take a picture of it for me, please? You'll get points for you to do that. Do it down. So I'm like, okay. So, and they also included a zoom in and zoom out button. This... I don't know if it was in PS2, but I know for sure with the original Xbox release of Fatal Frame 2, and no, it was in Fatal Frame 3 too. I know that. You can use the little white and black buttons to zoom in and zoom out on the camera. So this is not new. This is just them incorporating it. It just didn't really do anything to me. So yeah. And then this just looks completely, just that everything looks completely different. This would usually be your lens, but I'm guessing this is your filter now. Like, did they change the lens with filter? I mean, it makes sense if you're changing filters, changing whole lenses, because like you couldn't really change a whole lens on a camera like that, especially in like rapid succession. So yeah. But then this used to be a charge circle, and now it's like this weird. Also, why is everything so small? Why couldn't this fill the edges of the screen? I'm not even just talking about like it being a full screen viewfinder like we see in the normal Fatal Frame games. Why couldn't it even just go to the top and then like end right here? It just seems like, and it's so bright too, so it's like it seems like a HUD. You don't want it to be a HUD. You want to be immersed and feel like you're looking through the camera. What they did get rid of, I think, definitely, is the directional indicator of the ghost. I cannot remember off the top of my head if that was in Project 2, Project 02, Wii Edition. I definitely know it was in Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. So that did not need to be needed. Again, took away skill. And it wasn't even that big of a skillful thing, but it just like made you think less. And that was not good. You need to think while playing games because that makes you feel rewarded. Okay. And this, okay, wait, hold on. Let's backtrack. So in the original Fatal Frame 2, you would get closer and closer to a ghost. Okay, I'm sorry for cutting myself off, and I'm slowly understanding what they're doing. So you have, in the original Fatal Frame, you get closer to a ghost, the more damage you would deal. That seems to be gone because the HUD looks so entirely different, and you would usually like it have a circle and then it slowly charge up like that. But I think here they reworked it so you have to fill the ghosts into these dots. So it's essentially the same, but not. Because in my mind, you have to get close to make the body of the ghost fill this entire thing. This is only getting 3 dots because of how this specific scenario is playing out. But if it was just a normal battle encounter like we'll see later, then you won't have as much time to position and get the perfect the thirds roll in photography, you know? Yeah, so I think I was a little hesitant at first, but now that I think about it like that, it might not be so bad. I just wish it didn't look like this. And I'm not just saying that because of nostalgia, because it's not really nostalgia. I played the games at max 5 years ago and I just love the game so much. It doesn't look the film, why is it white on white? Back then, the films were color coded and you could easily see what film you were using. But this looks a little. It's like the Xenoblade. Why am I not in full screen? It's like the Xenoblade X problem, where they made everything so tiny with higher resolution because they just thought you'd be able to see it. But this looks, I don't know, the readability is a little questionable. Okay, so then this is another. This looks like a new lens. Or a new filter. Yes, you can see it. They're using a different filter right here. This is a blue filter. So I'm guessing you can see this. Oh no. Is this going to be like a guiding filter like the trace? Is this a trace filter? This doesn't really matter for right now, but just I was Google translating the slides in the presentation. They're going to be having definitely a deluxe edition because you get a book containing 2 short stories with a merchandise set, deluxe edition in different words. Let me put the image back in here. The ever-evolving world of projector play. While following the traditional battle system of photographing spirits to repel them, new features such as focus, zoom, and filters have been added. Focus. Oh my god, they really did do it. They ruined it. Listen, I don't want to say they ruined it, because I haven't played it. But you're really telling me that Fatal Frame 2, one of the easiest games of the franchise, because you just got so many health items, and none of the ghosts were too aggressive, you needed to add a focus lock on. Oh, that makes me upset. That makes me really upset. They're just saying, like, they changed everything. And, like, following the traditional battle system of photographing spirits to repel them, that's literally just saying, like, in Call of Duty, you shoot someone to kill them. It's not really saying they're keeping the same spirit, Zoom was always there. I don't know why they're saying that. Filters are just lenses, I'm assuming, but new ones, I'm guessing, have been added. So yes, if this is a trace, okay, if you don't know, in Fatal Frame Made in Blackwater, you would have this button you could hold down to guide you, and it would show a little ghost figure showing you exactly where you need to go. Did this game need that? Not at all. Yes, some areas. And I'm not just saying that from my perspective. I watch Fatal Frame 2 gameplays, first playthrough all the time, because I love watching people play it for the first time. They never get lost. Sometimes, 1% of the time, someone will get lost, but most of the time, and I'm not trying to say people are dumb, we just miss things. But that shouldn't mean everyone must now feel obliged to use this guide, objective marker whenever they feel stuck, because it's not like you really have a choice. It's always going to be there. So if you get stuck, you're going to take the most convenient option. That's just human nature. That's what I don't like. They just They're adding too many things to make it too easy when the game was already easy. Let me go back in full screen, sorry. Okay. Look, you saw it there. It's so compressed. I literally have it on 1080p, which is the highest. Why does it look worse? Okay, look. I learned this, guys. I learned this. Thank you guys so much for the comments on last video. I learned that if I press comma, I can go back frames. And we're going back. Okay, look. Even though it's so compressed, and we have a better gameplay video later without camera obscure, but still with the ghost. She is in all of these squares, or all these symbols. They're all red. She can take what I'm assuming is a shutter chance. That's what it was when you filled it up in the last game, or in Fatal Frame 2 OG. She's on the normal filter, still using type 7. Why? She should have type 14 right now, I'm assuming, but zoom in is at the base, I'm assuming. She's locked on. Let's go almost slowest speed. Also, cool shirt, bro. Why can't we get more Fatal Frame merch? I just want to see how she like locked on, but she's also just not moving the camera, so I don't know. If you were locked on, it would move the camera. Okay. She's walking, but she's not locked on, which, see, it's like leading. Oh my god, it's gonna be a trace. It's gonna be a trace. She didn't lock on there. Okay, it doesn't look like she's locking on, even though it looks like she's locking on, you know? But let us rewind again, and we will go even slower. I know there is this, I watch Maximilian do when I go to sleep, and I was watching when he was, what was the game? What's the game he's so hyped for? Virtua Fighter. They were going frame by frame on a video they already showed a long time ago, and they're like, let's go even slower. That's what I'm doing. Let's go even slower. She pulls out the camera. I want to just, you know. She's standing here. The ghost is coming. She pulls out the camera. This is the camera view that you're going to be shooting ghosts with. It goes by so fast. She zoomed out a little bit, actually. I'm saying she as in Mio. So she's zoomed. The camera opens up right here. This is her health. Full bar. Good for her. She hasn't taken one hit. This is the new bar where you hold hands with Mayu and you gain a damage boost, I'm assuming. Is this a guiding marker? We'll look. But you can also see how this changes. She zooms out. I'm looking up top. Also, this should be loading in on the same frame. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, this is like not finished. Yeah, it's not loading in on the same frame. I'm not seeing that move. I was assuming that like this would track her position like this. You know what I'm saying? What I'm confused on a little bit is why this one's not activated, but these two are. Because yeah, now it is. Now they all are. She takes the photo. I'm gonna sneeze. She takes the photo, and now one thing that I'm seeing that I am not happy with again are these freaking ghost orbs. Do they seriously need to have these exploding ghost orbs? Like, we know she took damage. She stopped moving, and she was like, ugh. So this is a fatal frame shot. She zoomed out as much as possible. It's showing her locked on, you know? She can't shoot right now because the film hasn't loaded back in yet. There's not much I can analyze here, but she's about to get grabbed. Fatal frame, masculine eclipse style. Yeah, still you see these ghost orbs. So then you like, oh my god, I gotta shake it off. This is the ghost. This is the only other spirit encounter we've seen. I think this is the village wanderers or whatever. So this is like after Mayu leaves, then you go downstairs, and then there's two of these ghosts here. And y'all, I'm afraid they made every ghost blue and transparent. Did they fatal fortify my game again? Did they? Okay, look. You can see that these are... You don't even need to be that close. Are you kidding me? These can all be filled with you being farther away. Why is there only 5? Okay, I'm not trying to get upset. But I am upset. I think that's pretty clear. You can also see she already has that second lens. But it looks like... Okay, so this is a marker. They're colored differently. This indicator is showing she's on, I'm guessing, that just the normal basic camera mode. She can't shoot yet. These are white because of it. She has taken a little bit of wee damage. That was from one grab. Then, I mean, I don't know, why are you stressing out? You can see this. Is this the fatal frame typing? Does it decrease? Okay, it's decreasing. I don't understand what's going on. They don't really explain. They're like, yes, this is happening. Okay. We're back here. She just took a shot. He's in stun right now. He just took a shot. Oh my god, and they're having this stupid ghost orbs. We're having this stupid ghost orbs. Not every single ghost encounter needs to feel like you're exercising a whole stupid thing. I don't know. Let's go frame. Okay, so he's in stun. So in stun, this is not there. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. This is the health bar. Why does everything look so ugly? I'm sorry. But in the original, it had flavor. It got flavor. Even in the Wii, it got flavor. Why is everything bar, circle, bar, square, you know? So the health goes down. I think this is showing, yes, okay. So when it glows white, or, like when it's gonna, you're ready to attack, in the health up here, it shows how much damage you can deal. So if they take this shot, they deal that much damage. But they can't take the shot right now, I'm assuming, because their film hasn't loaded back up yet. And yes, you can see it switch. He is so transparent and so blue. Okay, I'll put it back up to normal speed for right now. That's as much as I can get from, well, I just want to get a good comparison of the ghost. Or the color depth is the color depth. Okay, this is what the ghost looks like in the remake. Then I'll show what it looks like in the Remake. Yeah, and it's showing right here now that your film's ready. And it's showing right here with arrows that you can switch your film. Okay. So her flashlight never flickered like this in the original, but I love that it does. Look at this. They're still keeping the glowing orb to show an item. That's perfectly fine. I have no objection to that. And I actually love how it looks less obtrusive. But they don't say that if you still can like search drawers and stuff for items. They never show that. I mean, whatever. Enhancing controls, combat difficulty, and design in an RPG. I don't know why. I understand that you might want to seem credible by saying this, but in my mind, it's just like, what do these two things have together? And what benefit does it have for someone who does a completely different genre for a completely different amount of time to just jump in and try to design a horror game that's a short experience? Literally, the game's like 8 hours long, and you're having someone who works in an RPG, which are like typically over 30, 40 hours, then their difficulty knowledge into just 8? I don't know. Team Ninja's action titles. Ninja Gaiden was very difficult. Please just let this game be hard. Let me have a hard difficulty, please. I want to be challenged. I don't want to play every game where it's like, oh, it's okay. I can just like, Silent Hill F so far has been so easy. Sorry, my cat is scratching my door and he's been so annoying this whole entire morning. What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm skipping over that. My cat is scratching at my door and it's making me want to punch it. Punch the door, not punch him. Yes, holding hands. This is going to be used just for repositioning and building up that meter. In the original, Mayu would be like, oh my god, I have to stay here. And then she'd get grabbed. But it'd be used as a fatal frame opportunity, because she wouldn't really die. Unless you, like, literally was just letting her be attacked for 10 minutes, she would not die, and you wouldn't get a game over. Now I'm assuming that maybe they're going to have her life be in peril more often, and you're going to hold her hand to reposition her away from ghosts and build that meter. But I also like a little bit, it just depends on what the cooldown is. We're going to see that up here, I think. I'll talk a little bit more about what I'm saying. Okay, well, it shows it in a second. The cancellation is basically instant. So it's like you can reposition, and besides having to walk, I'm assuming, because they weren't really running, it's kind of just like free. You can just always have your sister with you to take a hit, and then get the free fatal frame. I don't know, she's kind of seen as a tank, I feel like I'm going to... Yeah. And in the original, when you didn't have being able to hold hands, I literally hold hands. It was like you made it, even though you're with someone, and she was hiding in a corner, so it like you'd feel more alone. She was like, meow, but it doesn't matter. At the end, this is new footage, gameplay. Okay, that's basically the end of the previous games. They show a comparison, and yes, I will quickly go over the comparison between the original cutscene and the new one. Full in length. They cut off at the vision. Right there, they cut off. They don't want you to be freaked out because that cutscene is very good in the original when you don't know anything. Okay. I want to notice the sound design. Very quiet. You hear that door, but you still have the wind ambience of the room. The light coming through here, there was always a window here, but there was not a lot of light coming through, so you could barely see out. I really like the light coming down from here and that window over there. It just looks very aesthetically pleasing. And then people are okay, y'all. You can see this bow, that bow. The people are like, "Where are their butterfly bows? What am I gonna do without my butterfly symbolism?" Bro, what's on their back? I really like how subtle and like she actually looks like she's looking around. You know, I love that. And in that one, she's like, "Zoom," you know, instead of in the original, it was like, "Boom, boom," but in this like, yeah. They still keep the boom, boom, you know, instead of it being curved like we just saw with the hallway, they kept the camera movement upright. Okay, that was it for that. This is them walking around. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. They show this twice. Very slow, very methodical. Then she does the classic, I'm gonna move this out of my face. She didn't do this in the original. She does this in the Wii remake. So it really puts it into question. Also, I am so happy they got rid of the minimap, because why do you need that? Oh my god, that made me realize they got rid of the minimap, but they added the trace. The game did not need an objective marker. Hot take, I guess. Yes, just very slow. And you can tell that they improved the movement, because when you turn left and right, the character knows that you're turning left and right and doesn't like jitter around because the camera is conflicting with the movement, you know? Like Fatal Frame 4 remaster, Fatal Frame 5 remaster. Emulating the Wii games, you didn't have this problem. And they seem to have fixed it in this one. They're setting a real high bar. You notice that the flashlight keeps flickering. I love it. It adds tension. See, little details like that adds tension. That's what you should be adding, not ways to make the tension less. I feel like there's gonna be a ghost down there at one point. In one of these stairs, you know? Ooh, definitely, they're keeping that open for a ghost. This is where you fight the ghost lady. Okay, that's it for that gameplay. They're having a sale. Oh, here's the ghost encounter. Okay, she's walking with Mayu, holding hands, walking down this forest. The forest looks so good. It's so creepy. I can't. And what I admire so much is that they kept it short. I mean dark, not dark. I mean not short, dark. They kept it dark. Love darkness. This game needs to be dark, not bright, like Masculine Eclipse Remaster. I dig on that game a lot, but for good reasons. She's gonna die, but she has this meter building up because she's holding hands or about to hold hands with Mayu. Now, from a atmospheric standpoint, I love the ghost effects. From a would I be scared of this ball of mist coming after me? I don't know. I've played the games too many times to probably get scared by now. But if I were to see this for the first time, I'd be like, bro, if I blow, you're gonna go away. Okay, she misses her grab here. It looks, dare I say, too blue. Dare I say, too white. It's just the facts. Right here, if the ghost just looked human, you need it to look human. That's what the older Fatal Frame games excelled at the most. They look like humans who were ghosts, and they were trying to kill you in a manner that you could barely understand. And now it looks like ghosts who look human who are trying to kill you in a way you can understand. She's running around. She's building up this meter. Oh no. You build up health. Did the game need to be easier? They have to have made stuff harder. Because all I've seen is stuff that is easier. You build up health naturally, and you get a damage boost, and in the camera you'd have less, like you can be farther away, and plus that ghost just dodged it so easily. The animations like really good. Animations, you're not falling on that. But I don't know, it's just like too wibbly wobbly. And it's the orbs. It's the orbs. Why are there so many orbs? Why are there so many orbs? Can a ghost just be a scary, disfigured human? Is that so hard? Or is that so much to ask for? Why does it have to be like, oh, I'm a scary ghost. I'm Casper, you know? The only reason that I am upset about being upset is because I spent $70 on the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse remaster. That ruins every aspect of that game. And I literally mean basically every aspect. And I hated what they did to the environment and to the ghosts. This game is going to be $70. I mean, I don't know. But definitely going to be $70 base price. However much I have to pay for the deluxe edition, plus tariffs, if they don't sell it in the US. And I don't want to pay for a game that I would rather play the original for. You have to show me They say they have the original director. But what does it matter when it looks so different? Like, I get the original director is like, oh, we're having someone who made the original game, so that it's going to be closer to that in the vision of it. But that doesn't matter if I still think it looks worse. And my opinion is only me. Doesn't matter what other people think. I understand I might be in a minority. But I just wish they could keep things simple. Because simpleness makes the mind imagine things. Makes things seem scarier than they already are. If you're adding so many effects that just tells the player, this is a ghost. Boo. They're going to be like, okay, let me get out my weird looking camera and shoot you. That's while I'm holding hands with my sister. It just seems like, She disappears, she reappears. That's all we see. That's the end of what I assume is the gameplay. So, how do I feel? I'm nervous. I'm scared. I am nervous. And I don't want it to come off as I am just wanting things to be closer to the original. But I really do, because when you have a game that is perfect in so many ways, the game itself was not perfect, especially the Wii edition. Fully understand that. But then when you try to remake it and you improve the stuff that could have been done better, and when you try to improve the stuff that was already done perfectly and you make it worse, obviously I'm going to think you're doing something wrong. And I'm not going to be happy because I'm having to pay a premium. Games are really expensive now. I have to be more critical of the things I am buying. Yeah, so my take, walking movement systems look so good, so happy. Environments, gorgeous. Keeps to the original atmosphere, except there might be a little bit too much blue. I love me some gray. Give me some gray, it's okay. I'm not going to hate on that. Ghosts. Let's hope they're not all blue. Please don't all be blue, because that wandering ghost that was shown for 2 seconds is always shown as black and white. Please get black and white. Please don't have the ghost effects. Please don't have the camera ghost effects shoot someone and then all their ghostly essence falls everywhere and it's like this big spectacle. Keep things simple. Please do not add a lock-on that removes all skill from the game. and I don't need to even think about having to be scared and messing up a Fatal Frame opportunity because it's always given to me. Please don't make the game so easy by instead of fixing the problem of too many herbal medicines, you have the problem of now just regenerating health by holding Mayu's hand. Mayu's not there the entire time. But then are they compensate that by giving you a lot of health? Like it just seems like a side grade but downgrade. Um the voice actors, they seem like they're doing a good job. Don't speak Japanese. Will be using Japanese on a second playthrough if they give me the option. But the voice actors for the English seem better, as we've seen in the original trailers. Outfits, I love the outfits. New features, new book. I mean, that's only going to appeal to me if they have some in English. I can't read Japanese. I'm not going to buy a book in Japanese I can't read. I want a deluxe edition where I can get something tangible, and that's not just costumes. I'm not falling into the trap of buying costumes again. I want something tangible that I can look at and put on somewhere as a display piece and be like, yep, I just love Fatal Frame. If it's a book in Japanese that I cannot read, I'm not buying it, and I want to buy it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this is like really negative, like especially compared to like my last video. I mean my last Fatal Frame video. If y'all haven't seen my vlog, go watch it. Really happy in that one about Silent Hill F. I need things to be right. Because the past two things that they've done with Fatal Frame have not been great. Made in the Blackwater was so close to the original, but instead they took things away. So still it felt like they ruined some things. I just care about keeping the not I don't like when things get modernized where they put too many things to help the player make things easier. I don't know how else to describe it. You've probably seen the video. You heard me enough in this one. Sorry. I will still have hope for this Fatal Frame game. I am still very excited. I will definitely be buying it day one no matter what. Just depends on if I want to buy the deluxe edition or not because I can't read Japanese. Hope you have a fantastic Fatal Frame Friday. Thank you so much for watching.